and gentlemen, it is my profound pleasure to welcome you to the Signal Hill Secondary School graduation ceremony of the class of 2022. We are coming to you live from the beautiful island of Tobago. Right now, I want to invite you to stand as the national anthem of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago will be played on our national instrument by Dachel Morrison, our own music teacher extraordinaire, and Miss Ashaki Duke, the captain of the Signal Hill Secondary School's Steel Orchestra. I now invite Mr. Dion Rodriguez, mathematics teacher right here at Signal Hill Secondary, to do the invocation.
Eternal and Heavenly Father, we thank you for your goodness. We thank you for your mercies and your love that you have extended towards each and every one of us present today. But most of all, we thank you for the graduating class of 2022. They have shown that they have resilience. They have shown that they are diamonds, the fact that they are standing here today. But we acknowledge that we cannot go any further without your presence and without your guidance. So, Father, I ask that you continue to guide them. I ask that you continue to protect them. I ask that you continue to give them the wisdom that they'll be able to make the right decision in times of trouble. Father, this morning we lift this morning's graduation ceremony before your throne of grace. And we invite your presence into this place. We acknowledge that it's in you that we move and breathe and have our total being. So, Father, we welcome your presence this morning, and we ask that you're going to have your perfect and divine way. In Jesus' name, amen.
Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly, the Honorable Farley Chavez Augustine. Secretary for the Division of Education, Research and Technology, Assemblyman Zorisha Hackett. Assistant Secretary for the Division of Education, Research and Technology, Councillor Orlando Kerr. Other Honorable Assemblymen and Councillors of the Tobago House of Assembly. Feature Speaker, Mr. Akhenaton Simmons. Administrator in the Division of Education, Research and Technology, Ms. Shelley Trim. Schools Supervisor 3, Ms. Sherian Rollox Hackett. Principal of the Signal Hill Secondary School, Mr. Xavier King. Vice Principal of the Signal Hill Secondary School, Mrs. Wendy Batiste Henry. Past Principals and Teachers of the Signal Hill Secondary School. Past and present Principals of other schools. Members of the clergy. Members of the Signal Hill Secondary School Parent-Teachers Association, other stakeholders in the field of education, teachers and auxiliary staff at the Signal Hill Secondary School, other distinguished guests, parents, friends, well-wishers, students of the graduating class of 2022. Good morning and welcome to the event of the season, the diamond-studded ceremony of the graduating class of the Signal Hill Secondary School, the class of 2022. I am Mrs. Fiona Grant, and I am indeed honored to be the chairperson for this year's graduation ceremony. Today, we acknowledge and celebrate the achievements of the graduates of the Signal Hill Secondary School class of 2022. A graduation ceremony is one of the most memorable in a person's life. It signifies the end of a long journey of academic and social preparation. This ceremony declares that you are now prepared to begin your lives, to achieve your life's purpose. And so, graduates, you will leave this place that was your cocoon, where you were molded, you were mined, and you were transformed into diamonds, young men and women that can move forward into a new phase of life and make an outstanding achievement in our country. Over the course of the past 2 years, our nation has faced challenges such as unemployment, poverty, and unnecessary deaths as a result of a lack of certain health services. But this is where this year's theme comes in. You are diamonds. You are fired up and ready to shine. You can shine through the dustiness that has covered our world, our country, over the past 2 years. Use your power, use your brilliance to create, to make a difference, to build our nation, to help us overcome the challenges that we face. Use your powers positively. Congratulations to you, graduates. Congratulations to the parents, the family members, the friends, the neighbors, the nenens, everyone who has supported in one way or the other, especially during the online schooling times. Let's give our combined best wishes to these diamonds, these resilient young men and women for their journey ahead. So call up your neighbors, share the life, sit around as a family, and let us celebrate and make this day uniquely memorable. Transforming coal into diamond is no easy feat. It needs a firm yet delicate hand. Up here at the Signal Hill Secondary School in the beautiful island of Tobago, we've had many hands on deck to help our young men and women, our diamonds, shine this bright. Now we are going to invite a few of those sponsors, a few of those hands to bring greetings. Firstly, we invite Miss Yolanda Marcel, President of the Signal Hill Secondary School Parent Teachers Association, to bring greetings on behalf of the association.
My name is Miss Yolanda Marcel, and I am the President of the Signal Hill Secondary School Parent Teachers Association. The theme for this year's graduation is We Are Diamonds, fired up, shining bright for the next chapter. As the graduating class of 2022, you have no choice but to shine bright. When you stepped into a dynamic ecosystem as Signal Hill Secondary School and adapted to the demands of moving from 4 subjects at the primary school level to 13 subjects at the secondary school level, the heat was on. You are here today because you stayed in the fire with a determination to be your best selves. As you have heard from several speakers who have gone before, diamonds are created under extreme pressure. With that in mind, we can celebrate today with pride that we truly have produced diamonds. Individuals ready to bring value and add beauty to any part of the world they touch. As a parent, I am proud of your accomplishments and excited to see your impact on the world. I say to you today, go forth with confidence and conviction, knowing that there is a place carved out and ready for you to be outstanding and exemplary. Again, on behalf of the Signal Hill Secondary School PTA executive members and all the parents, congratulations to the graduating class of 2022. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Marcel. At this time, I invite Mr. Braden Roberts the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association's Tobago officer to bring greetings.
It is always a pleasure for a tutor to participate in the celebration of the successes of our schools. Signal Hill Secondary has continued to shine through despite the challenging circumstances which existed pre-pandemic and further compounded due to the pandemic. Considering that diamonds are formed under high pressure and temperature over time, your team signifies the true strength of this establishment, this family. And with all the challenges and mishaps, Signal Hill Secondary School holds through. Because the arrangement of atoms in diamond is extremely rigid, few types of impurity can contaminate it. Teachers, parents, students, Signal Hill Secondary family continue to hold strong. Tutor recognizes the need for greater communication and collaboration among all stakeholders. It cannot be where we leave it to teachers to find a way. We will continue to advocate for the well-being of our members. However, more than that, we will continue to purposefully advocate for the overall enhancement of the system of education, where all our students and teachers can feel appreciated and maintain a sense of belongingness. Signal Hill Secondary family, I implore you all, us all, to remain focused, to remain committed. Our society needs us. As I close, I extend hearty congratulations to the teachers, parents, and most of all, the graduating class of 2022.
Thank you for your insightful words, Mr. Roberts. The already technical task of managing an entire secondary school was further compounded by the restrictions of the COVID-19 virus, as well as the demands of online teaching and learning. Thankfully, the lead diamond miner of this institution undertook colossal challenges with his team at his side to ensure that this beacon sparkled despite unparalleled changes. Mr. King, Mr. Xavier King, principal at the Signal Hill Secondary School, motivates both his staff and students on a daily basis to believe in themselves, to believe in the power of prayer, to believe in just how much they could do when they really put their minds to it. This morning, Mr. King will take us on a reflective journey as he highlights our successes over the past academic year. Ladies and gentlemen, right there in your homes, put your hands together and let us welcome our committed and conscientious principal, Mr. Xavier King.
As I reflected on what I shall speak on today, my thoughts centered on the unprecedented, all-encompassing challenges that COVID-19 brought to your learning experience, as it devastated everything that we consider normal life. The theme for this year's graduation, "We Are Diamonds, Fired Up, Ready for the Next Chapter," could not have been more appropriate. The process by which a diamond, that rare and prized stone, is formed is one that necessitates high temperature and immense pressure within the very depths of the earth. Ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate our graduates, I would like to take this opportunity to recognize the valuable contribution of our tech committee, who ensured a seamless transition from face-to-face to online learning and teaching, and who worked tirelessly within a short period of time to create a Google password for all our 909 students and 83 teachers. These teachers are Ms. Kadisha Holder, Ms. Janelle Moore, Mrs. Patrice Trotman-Steed, Mr. Bevan Olivier, Mr. Chair Thomas. These teachers place us on the map once more, as our readiness for the online teaching platform was seen as the best in the country by education experts. So early in 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic blindsided the world and threatened to hijack your education. Our students, parents, teachers, and administrators adapted to online unpackaged learning which for the most part was a foreign concept. It quickly became the new normal. While the platform was in place, the transition was difficult for all involved, since many mostly knew the physical classroom alone. Some of you students and teachers had only your mobile phone, cracked screen and all, to log on to online classes. Some had to go by the neighbor to use the internet. Some of you had to share your devices with siblings. Yes, in 2020 and 2021 and even 2022, you were baptized by fire. Many of you had to learn the new thing called online practicals. You had to enjoy the many official starts and stops of physical school in the fervent attempt to complete outstanding practical work. I am sure many graduates sitting here before me at this time wondered if they would have the opportunity to even write their exams, especially when CXC announced that the exam would be pushed back by 3 weeks. I knew many of you celebrated at this announcement, while others just wanted to get the exam over and done with. As many of you have rightly stated, the academic year 2021 to 2022 was one of your most difficult years. But here we are, my students, my teachers, and my parents. We made it. Ladies and gentlemen, I am sure that parents will join me in expressing deepest gratitude to the science teachers who conducted online labs and who, despite the absence of labs when we returned to face-to-face learning, transformed normal classrooms into lab spaces. In a global pandemic, you demonstrated the metamorphosis process that changed ordinary carbon into bright, precious diamond gems. I must quote Ryder Carroll, "No matter how bleak or menacing a situation may appear, it does not entirely own us. It can take away our freedom to respond, our ability to take action." Students, indeed, you responded and took the necessary action to reach this point, to finish this leg of your secondary life race. You did not surrender nor despair, but you regrouped, revitalized, and made it to the end of 5 years of secondary schooling. One of our greatest inventors, Thomas Edison, once said, "Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always just try one more time." Students, I wish to wholeheartedly thank you for persevering despite the many challenges of the last 2 years. I would like to especially thank the teachers of Senior Hill Secondary School who exhibited tremendous strength in ensuring that you were taught and who had to battle with their own children while making sure you still receive quality education. I salute you, teachers. Thanks to you, parents, who became home teachers in 2020 and in 2022, and for the continuous support you give to your children and to the school. To you all, I say congratulations. In hindsight, the COVID-19 pandemic was not solely negative. I surely did not miss having to issue 7-day suspensions or having to deal with student conflicts. Signal Hill's CVQ, CSEC, and CAPE results have been steadily improving each year, with technical, vocational, and many academic areas consistently receiving 100% passes. In particular, CAPE Performing Arts, Art and Design, and Building, Mechanical, and Engineering Drawing students were once more on the Caribbean Examination Council Awards merit list for the top 10 performance in their respective fields. Amaya Yates and Chelsea Price came third, and Amber Mayhew 7th in Performing Arts. Tabeel Arthur 4th and Akil Duncan 9th in Building, Mechanical, and Engineering Drawing. And Shanice John 4th, Tabeel Arthur, and Odin Williams 7th in Art and Design. I commend the students for their excellent performances and also the hardworking and dedicated teachers, Ms. Stacey Abraham, Ms. Anthony Blackman, and Ms. Janelle Carrington. In CSEC, although there were a dip in certain results, 100% pass rate were achieved in the following areas: Caribbean history, EDPM, food and nutrition, industrial technology building, industrial technology electrical, music, physical education and sport, technical drawing, textile clothing and fashion, theater arts, and visual arts. Ladies and gentlemen, this year, the school has lost 3 of its great teachers to retirement. These teachers have a combined teaching experience of over 70 years. They have contributed to this institution and also the life of the graduates. Mr. Urban Wilson, who taught physics and mathematics in his earlier years, but was renowned for his teaching of physics. He was sought after by every physics student on the island. Ms. Jamila Amin Bakas, who taught biology, she was very passionate about her subject and showed great interest in her students even after they departed. Ms. Charmaine Walker George, who taught typing and later EDPM. Charmaine gained a scholarship to St. Godrich College in England to pursue her secretarial degree and returned to continue to teach at Singer Hill Secondary School. These teachers have left an indelible mark on the teaching fraternity and on Singer Hill Secondary School and will be greatly missed. Best wishes to you all on your retirement. Allow me to mention some noteworthy achievements. The enrollment of 41 remedial students on the 4th of September 2017, the current 5A5 and 5A6 classes. During the last 5 years, these students were able to grow increasingly in confidence, thriving both in their academic and co-curricular life. Their growth was attributed to the fact that special curriculum was designed for them. In addition, tremendous gratitude must be paid to the year coordinator for her contribution to the lives of these students. She transformed their life from being mere ordinary underperformers to overachievers in many aspects of their lives. She worked with them tirelessly. She encouraged them, she lifted their self-esteem, and most importantly, she made them into productive citizens. Ms. Carrington has demonstrated the essence of our mission statement: to empower students of varying attitude and talent to become productive and responsible citizens. I must pay tribute to Mr. Devon Olivier as well, who stood out as a father figure to many of the boys in 5A6. As a result, some of these students have been elevated to mainstream classes. Over half of these 41 students are part of today's graduation class. Students of excellence. 25 students of the year group were selected at the end of term 3, identified as being top academic performers. These students were allowed to select additional subjects at the CSEC level. Some students are on record as doing a maximum of 10 subjects. Outstanding performers from this year group include Rel Brown of 5A1, Taylor George of 5A2, and Tanisha Williams of 5A4. These students are our valedictorians. As well, student Beyonce Phillips of 5A3 and Jahim Guy of 5A5 are to be commended for their notable achievements. Year group activities. This year group engaged in many pre-pandemic activities to enhance their skills. Such activities include Main Ridge excursion in Form 1 that was spearheaded by Ms. Ramsey, one of the form teachers of 5A1. Further, there was the dinner stage at Cafe Coco, where we saw the participation of all the form teachers of the graduating form. In Form 2, students, with the input of Student Support Services, planned and executed a workshop focused on becoming a young man and a young woman. Its goal, establishing social and communicative skills of students. Finally, in Form 3, all roads led to Peace of Mind Senior Citizen Home in Tranquility Heights, Signal Hill, with the aim of getting students' heart and mind involved in community projects. Extra co-curricular activities. Boys and girls from the class of 2022 were eager to get involved in sporting activities at the school. In the field of cricket, Signal Hill Secondary School is still the only school on the island of Tobago to compete nationally at the championship level. The following male students must be commended for their stellar performances: Emeka Moses, Obari Elliott, and Antonio Bacchus. In addition, our female cricketers also competed for spots on the Secondary School Cricket League Girls Hardball Tobago Zone team, initiated when they were in Form 1. So exemplary performances came from Kadina Adams, Christiana Gibbs, and Teshel Quash. They were able to contribute to the team's success over the years, including 2020, when the Tobago Zone placed third nationally. In track and field, Jaron James and 13-year-old Jaidi James qualified for the 2020 Caribbean Games, which was cancelled due to COVID. Jaida James later migrated to a college in Jamaica and represented Trinidad and Tobago in the high jump event at the recently concluded 2022 Caribbean Games. Additionally, Alex Henry of the class of 2024 qualified and represented Trinidad and Tobago at the Caribbean Games in the under-17, 100 and 200 meter events. She was also part of the squad that won bronze for Trinidad and Tobago in the under-17 4x100 meters relay. I congratulate Ms. Henry on her achievements. In the field of football, Dominic Scott, Twinkle Thomas, and Delicia Nicholson were members of the team that won the last Secondary School Football League National Big 5 Championship in 2019. Boys on the Hill won the Tobago Secondary School Football League in 2019, but sadly missed out on advancing to the Premiership for the next season in 2022. The girls also finished first runner-up in the 2019 Secondary School Football League National Intercall to Pleasantville Secondary, who they overcome for the National Big 5 title. The Secondary School Football League Girls Under 15 Division was contested in the Tobago Zone for the first time in 2019. The girls of Signal Hill Secondary School won the Tobago leg of the competition. Dominic Scott, Twinkle Thomas, and Delicia Nicholson was also on that team. Drama Club input. The class of 2022 was a melodramatic group, as most of their form teachers can wholeheartedly attest to. Students who pursued performing arts at this school excelled in the field. Many joined the school drama club, SHAPE, SHAPE, Up Production, and in 2017, their production, The Beast, won 8 illustrious awards at the National Secondary School Drama Festival. A few students from this year group emerged themselves in the drama aspect of the school, including LeSean Anthony and Jalia Hughes. For Shanika Prasad and Kayla George, this drama group was their official introduction to the world of drama, and they have not looked back. These two individuals have forged ahead, and in 2018, snippets of this play were presented at the International Women's Day Conference, hosted by the Lilly Foundation for Human Development. In 2018, the group went on to produce another play entitled Choosing Life, which was a finalist in the Drama Festival. They went on to win 3 awards with outstanding performances by Shanika Prasad, Harmony Rochford, and Ruel Brown. The group in 2019 was invited by the Division of Education to present a performance as part of the division's anti-bullying campaign. As expected, they flew the Signal Hill Secondary School flag high. Also In that same year, Signal Hill Secondary School was one of our 4 schools selected nationally to take part in the School's Stars Film Competition. Though the competition did not reap any tangible award for the drama group, their film Choosing Life went on to be selected in the Trinidad and Tobago Film Festival and was nominated for the Best Film. In 2020, when the pandemic hit, the drama group was determined to continue functioning. They again were asked by the Division of Education for assistance in their video presentation, Be Exam Ready. Students labored via their art form to ensure that 5th and 6th formers on the island were fully made aware of the new safety procedures involved in doing examinations. Also in November of that year, the drama group blazed a new trail and produced its first visual production, The Farewell That Kills. This production comprises of a series of monologues, spoken words, and short drama pieces. It went on to be marketed throughout the Caribbean, with individuals from as far as Paris expressing interest in viewing the work. This graduating theatre arts class took on full responsibility for the execution of their pieces, functioning in the area of costume, makeup, set design, lighting design, and stage management. Some of the students who shone on this stage were Chelsea Honore, Alicia Joseph, Shanika Allen, and Delicia Nicholson. In early 2021, the drama group continued its virtual campaign, doing a reprised version of the production Mind of Madness via Zoom. It allowed fresh faces, first and second formers, to get their feet wet, to have a taste of the spring. Success stories. Ladies and gentlemen, according to John Maxwell, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Students were empowered to be leaders by enlisting themselves in clubs of their choice. In these clubs, they have the responsibility of formulating the structure of the club with little or no input from teachers. They constructed their own ideas and put it into practice. The experience gained by these students are immeasurable. We have partnered with URP under Works and Infrastructure Division, one of our stakeholders, to repair over 100 desks that were infested with termites during the lockdown period. We were proactive and fortuitously engaged the division early enough so that the issue of lack of furniture did not impact the teaching of the curriculum. I thank the former administrator of the division, Mr. Richie Toppin, for accommodating us, and also Mr. Joel Simmons and Ms. Kim Romeo. Thank you very much. We will continue this productive partnership as we continue to accommodate our children. When I took the role as acting principal, there was a need to highlight achievements, the rich history, and to repair the negative image of Signal Hill Secondary School. This led to the formulation of a committee to look into the ways and means of highlighting our treasures. As a result, a Media and Public Relations Committee was formulated, charged with that responsibility. The result, the creation of our social media platform. Log into Signal Hill Secondary School on Facebook and see for yourself. I thank Mrs. Patrice Caru-Jack for her unyielding contribution as Editor-in-Chief for this page. The future. The signal ahead is clear. We have to become an effective school. What does an effective school constitute? It means a rigorous base curriculum, effective teaching in every classroom, a culture and climate that promotes learning, a strong home, school, and community partnership, and modern techniques and measures in treating with students' infractions. Crouch in modern teaching method and assessment, including e-testing. COVID-19 has accelerated the use of online teaching platforms and the use of technology in classrooms. We are not turning back. Signal Hill Secondary School has a talent and a powerful combination of teachers, students, and parents, bolstered by the Division of Education. As we transition, there will be growing pains, there will be challenges, but we need to keep working. We need to keep loving what we do, because the love of work is the secret of personal progress, productivity, and fulfillment. And it is the only way that we can both realize our potential and unleash the potential of our students. Winning the prize requires running the race. As Napoleon Hill stated in his book, Positive Action Plan, great achievement is born out of a struggle. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest evils in life is to watch potential waste away and die untapped. Graduates, you have your part to play. You have come to the end of a very important era in your life. You are now ready to make that transition from the protective walls of this institution to embark on the next phase of your life. Your success at this new phase will depend on the extent to which you were receptive to what we taught and what you learned during the past 5 years here. I trust that the values which nurtured you during your time here will sustain you as you weather the storm that lie ahead. Graduates, on behalf of all members of staff, both academic and ancillary, I would like to thank you for allowing us to be part of your life. We want to assure you that we too have learned a great deal from you. The world awaits you. Therefore, we urge you to go forth. Go with confidence, assurance, and a firm and abiding faith in God that He will see you through any obstacle that life may want to place in your path. I send you forth with the confidence that each of you in your own unique way will be successful in life. Each of you have a diamond within you. Yes, you do. Raise your head up high and be proud. I would like to leave you with one last quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson, who said, "Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." Congratulations again on behalf of the administration and staff of Signal Hill Secondary School. I wish you tremendous success in your future, and please continue to be safe. We are diamonds, fired up, ready for the next chapter. Goodbye, good luck, and may the grace of God be with you always. Ladies and gentlemen, guardians, I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. King, for your thought-provoking words and your sound advice for these graduates. The Signal Hill Secondary School has been in the business of mining diamonds for many decades. To testament to that fact, we have two past students, two past diamonds, coming to bring a special rendition. Mr. Curtis Collins won the UE Open Scholarship Award for all his sciences. He also won the 2012 Adjudicators Award and the Chief Secretary Award in the Music Festival. Miss Kimoy Nore, beautiful songway that she is, graduating class of 2017, is currently on an athletics scholarship at the Jackson State University. And just so you know, she was also the 2018 Music Festival Contemporary Gospel winner. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare to be mesmerized as these two past diamonds perform for you Never Enough.
I'm trying to hold my breath, let it stay that way. Can't let this moment end. You set off a dream in me,
What a beautiful and passionate rendition with an inspiring message. Thank you, Kimoy and Curtis. Ladies and gentlemen, our viewing audience all over the world, it is a pleasure for me, an honor to introduce our featured speaker, a fearless, mighty man of God. Mr. Akhenaton Simmons was a former gangster, but is now a well-respected man in society. Ken, as he's commonly known, had to overcome many obstacles to get where he is today. Presently, he is a radio broadcaster with the nation station Vibe CT 105, which is part of the Guardian Media Limited. His goal for the future is to master his craft so that he'll be able to adapt and excel in all forms of broadcast media. This goal extends beyond entertainment, as for over 19 years, Ken Simmons has been a health and wellness professional. He aims to help people look and feel their best through performance, mindset, motivation, and lifestyle. He's also a well-sought-after motivational speaker and an advocate for positive change and personal development. His life story has inspired both young and old that nothing is impossible once we believe in God and fully recognize and understand the gifts and talents in all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, our featured speaker, Mr. Ken Simmons.
It is indeed a pleasure, a privilege, an honor to always be given an opportunity to speak for any length of time. Today I've been given 5 minutes to share with you some things that hopefully it will stay with you for the rest of your life. I want to personally thank, before I go any further, those responsible for allowing me to speak with you today, as today is a very important junction in your life. So give me your undivided attention for only 5 minutes, and I guarantee you the things that I say today has the potential to change your life. Now, the theme today is entitled, "We Are Diamonds, Fired Up, Shining for the Next Chapter." And it's very interesting because if we ought to compare ourselves to anything, we must know what we are comparing ourselves to. And in this case, it's diamonds. And I want to share with you a few things that a diamond is, if you are to be compared to as a diamond. We are diamonds, right? So first thing I want us to know about diamonds is that diamonds in its rough state does not look like a diamond. It does not have the appearance of a diamond in its rough state. It is valuable, it is precious, but it does not look like it. And that is noteworthy because in a society where we thrive on appearances and how we look, and we judge people based on what they have and what they can do and what they can do for us, it is notable that even though that you are a diamond, you may not at this present moment look like a diamond, but you are a diamond. And sometimes we judge ourselves based on the opinions of others because we don't look the part. At this particular time, you may not be functioning as you would want to, but hopefully at some point in time, you may be an expert in that particular area where people tend to judge you. So you may not look and operate like a diamond right now, but you are a diamond. That's the first thing. Secondly, a diamond is the hardest occurring substance in the world. I'm going to say that again. A diamond is the hardest occurring substance in the world. And it's noteworthy as well because you don't feel tough. You don't feel strong. You don't feel like, boy, I could get through this. Which is to say that you don't know that you are stronger than you really think. And it don't work well for me just to tell you that you are strong. In order for you to prove it for yourself, you have to be placed into situations that will cause you to be strong. So at times we feel like we can't make it and we can't go on. But if you are to be compared as a diamond, which you are a diamond, you are stronger than you think. And the only way that you will know that is if you are put through the fire and you go through circumstances that you will come to the realization that you are stronger than you think. The third thing that I want to make mention about a diamond is that a diamond, in order for it to shine, it needs to be cut in a particular way. And I know usually in events like this, graduations, things that we want to motivate people for the next level. Sometimes we want to tell people things to make them feel all mushy and excited on the inside. But I'm letting you know that in order for you to shine bright for the next chapter in your life, there are going to be some pruning and some cutting. And the thing about the diamond cutter is that you can't cut too deep. Because if you cut too deep, it wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't shine as good. Too shallow, it won't make sense. It has to be cut a precise way. And the diamond cutter is our creator. He's able to cut us and mold us into the man and to the woman that we have been meant to be. And I want you to prepare yourself to be cut, knowing that you are strong, and even at this present time, you may not look like a diamond, you are a diamond. And as I close, I want to share with you 4 things that can serve you well in your next chapter. Once your story keeps on writing, once you're alive, you will always come to the end of a chapter and the beginning of a new one. And today is the end of a chapter, but the beginning of a new one. And regardless of what you choose to do with your life from here on, there are some things that have served me well, and I want to pass it on to you, and hopefully that it's going to be a blessing in your life. First and foremost, develop an insatiable desire to learn. I'm going to say that again. Develop an insatiable desire to learn, and I want to make mention and emphasize insatiable. Insatiable desire to learn, because the day that you stop learning is the day that you stop growing. The day that you stop learning is the day that you stop growing. And you may not be in an institution per se, but you need to develop a system whereby you learn and progress personally every single day. Learn. What's the meaning of learn? Very quickly. To learn is to acquire knowledge of or skill in, study, experience, and instruction. So we ought to learn. 4 things that we ought to learn in order for us to truly shine bright as a diamond. First and foremost, we need to learn the real potential and power of our mind and proper use of it, because that is the greatest asset that God has given us. Through our mind, we're able to create our own realities. I wish I had time to expound on each point, but I don't. Secondly, we need to learn the value of time. That's the only commodity that we can't regain. Don't waste your time. Maximize every moment, every minute of the day. Thirdly, we need to learn people, because we can't achieve anything significant in life if we don't get along with people. We can't have our names be remembered long after we have left this earth if we have not fostered good relationship with people. At the end of your life, what will really matter is not the money and the prestige and the accolades that you have gained in life, but to know that you have been loved and you gave love. So understand people, learn to get along with people, because you have to live with them. And fourthly, most importantly, learn yourself. Because in order for your wealth, your economic status in life to be increased, You have to learn how to give quality service. You will never increase your wealth unless and until you increase your quality and level of service. And if you develop a system whereby you are learning every day about yourself and bringing more value to the marketplace, then you will be paid accordingly. Because this journey of life is not external, the journey of life is within, because the kingdom of God is within us. And we need to find ourselves and understand our potentials like the diamonds we are, to shine bright in every chapter of our lives. I hope the things that I've said today, that it wouldn't just go through one ear and pass through the other, but you would hold on to it and you would explore it, and you would not just be hearers of these words, but you would apply it in your own life. Thank you.
Mr. Simmons, on behalf of the graduating class of 2022 and being one of the valedictorians, I want to thank you for your words of encouragement. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Only I get things. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Mr. Simmons, mere words and mere tokens can never express our complete gratitude, but we do hope that you appreciate this token on behalf of the graduating class of 2022. Indeed, your words were motivational and inspiring, and we know that this token will always have us in your mind with good memories. Ladies and gentlemen, viewing from all over this world, we have come to the point that many of you have been waiting for: the presentation of certificates, subject and extracurricular awards. This first segment will take on the cadre from 5A1 to 5A3, and it will be narrated by Ms. Avian Parks, media personality and past student of the Signal Hill Secondary School.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to present to you the graduates of the class of 2022. We begin with Form 5A1. Abdullah Makul, Adriano Hernandez, Alejandro Strassel, Alihana Mills, Ayesha Smith. Ayesha will receive awards for building technology, mathematics, technical drawing, and tennis. We continue with Beyonce Best, Kade Trim. Today, Kade receives an award for chemistry. We move on to Dareem Taylor, Jada Hughes, Jaden Charles. Jaden receives awards for music, most improved, and netball. Jarian Dennis. Jarian receives awards for electrical installation, most improved, electrical engineering technology, most improved. We continue with Javon Christmas. Jaron John. Jaron receives awards for social studies, most improved, and the cadets band. We continue with Jerome Chatan, Joshua Thomas, Jabari Allen. Jabari receives an award for mathematics. Kayla Thompson. Kayla receives awards for mathematics, geography, and food and nutrition. Kershal Carrington, Keshona Allen. Keshona receives awards for social studies, music, most improved, and steel band. We continue with Kimron Saunders, LeSean Anthony, Melanie Anderson, Micaiah Bacchus, Nishon Sebrew, Nicola Papone, Redel Devines. Redel receives an award for Principles of Accounts. Ruel Brown. Ruel receives awards for English language, mathematics, electronic engineering technology, Spanish, technical drawing, and drama club. We continue with Shanique Ducoto, TJ Roberts, Travis James, and Tyrese Carrington. We now move to Form 5A2. Abiola James. Abiola receives awards for cosmetology, CVQ, Food and Nutrition Most Improved, and Steel Band. Anthony Churaman Hajari. Anthony receives an award for Additional Mathematics. Bianca George. Bianca receives awards for Principles of Accounts, English Language, Human and Social Biology, Social Studies, Food and Nutrition. We move to Darren Matthews. Deju Cooper. Georgianne Miller. Harmony Rochford. Jermaine Wilson. Javon Smith. Javon receives an award for Building Technology. Jordan Nichols. Giovanni Edwards. Giovanni receives awards for Agricultural Science and Food and Nutrition Most Improved. Catherine Page Myrie. Kayla George. Kayla receives awards for EDPM, English Language, Spanish, Biology, Chemistry, and Drama Club. Kadiana Adams. Kadiana receives an award for Cricket. Khadijah Otley. Lebron Kwashi. Lebron receives an award for Agricultural Science. Lorenzo Thomas. Moshe Frederick. Nikeo Forbes. Olivia Daniel. Olivia receives an award for English Language. Omarion McKellar. Shakina Allen. Shanda Gunn. Shanda receives awards for Office Administration, Principles of Business, English Language, Textiles, Clothing, and Fashion. Shanika Prasad. Shanika receives awards for Spanish, Biology, Theatre Arts, and Drama Club. We move to Tamir Lincoln. Tayshawn Norrie. Cyan Cunningham. Zaria Boswell, and Yeshua Prescott. We now move to Form 5A3. Akani Grant. Aliyah Joseph. Aliyah Martin. Aman George. Aman receives an award for Track and Field. Antonio Bacchus. Kanik LeBourne. Chris Hosford. Chris receives an award for Social Studies, Most Improved. Delicia Nicholson. Delicia receives an award for Football. Dominique Scott. Dominique receives an award for Football. Donica Pitt. Donica receives an award for Interschools Christian Fellowship. Eldon Oliveri. Fayan Badai. Jaron James. Jaron receives awards for Mechanical Engineering Technology and Track and Field. Jordan Ezekiel Nichols. Maliki George. Michaela Simmons. Michaela receives awards for Human and Social Biology, Physical Education, and Track and Field. Obari Elliott. Obari receives awards for Physical Education, Football, and Cricket. Onika Wills. Shamfa Baldio. Shamfa receives awards for English Language, Food and Nutrition, Textiles, Clothing, and Fashion Most Improved. We move to Shane Dick. Shaniqua Barrow. Stephen Gonzalez. Tashana Gums. Tashelle Quash. Tashelle receives an award for Cricket. Twinkle Thomas. Twinkle receives an award for Football. And Beyonce Phillips. Beyonce receives awards for Office Administration, Electronic Document Preparation and Management, Information Technology, Human and Social Biology, and Mathematics.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a privilege for me to introduce to you not one, not two, but 3 valedictorians for the class of 2022. Evidence that this diamond group is indeed unique. I've had the pleasure to interact with them both as language teacher and as form teacher. Mr. Ruel Brown has always been passionate and driven to win. He's always pushed himself to do well, and his role model, his father, a past diamond, was right there to support him. His dream career is to be an architect, and his words of inspiration are, no matter how challenging a situation seems, never give up. I've also observed our second valedictorian, Miss Kayla George. She is aspiring to be a nurse, and with her sense of determination and her drive to achieve excellence, there is no doubt that she will get where she wants to go. Please welcome the first 2 valedictorians of the class of 2022, Mr. Ruel Brown and Miss Kayla George.
Wes Fessler, American sportsman, once asserted that every diamond has the ability to shine when there is someone to recognize its good facets. These insightful words could not have been more fitting for this year's graduation theme, nor could they have been more symbolic, fellow graduates, of our journey here at this illustrious institution. My colleagues, I am sure you would agree that this journey was indeed one filled with fun, laughter, and learning experiences. When we reflect of the process of attaining this hallmark in our lives, immediately we think of the diamond and the process it takes being formed. Former Secretary of State for the U.S., Henry Kissinger, declared that a chunk of coal is formed into a diamond because it made good under pressure. Science corroborates this fact and relates that a diamond is indeed the purest form of transparent carbon formed under tremendous pressure and depth, then transported to the surface from volcanoes that are referred to as kimberlites. The reason why diamonds are so difficult to find is that there isn't enough kimberlite on the earth. When kimberlite is found, it may take almost a decade to find diamonds. Colleagues, we are indeed diamonds. Why? Because the special environment here at Signal Hill Secondary provided enough pressure and depth to form us, and the kimberlite transported us to this surface in half a decade, granting us the opportunity to shine brightly today. One orator asserted that many people, like uncut diamonds, have shining qualities beneath a rough exterior. We were those uncut diamonds, possessing immense talents and abilities, those shining qualities, but our rough exterior needed to be cut. Our experiences here at Signal Hill Secondary School for the 5-year period epitomizes the process that a diamond goes through to be formed and, in the end, shine brightly. I am certain we all remember Orientation Day. Do you remember that day, 5A1? We entered our homeroom for the first time and saw only 1 seat. We were astonished as there were 30 of us, and we expected to see 30 seats, but saw only 1. Innate teamwork and some jest came to the fore. We decided to take turns sitting down until our teachers came to our rescue. I don't believe this was done on purpose, but I believe that from this very first day, the refining process began. It helped us learn that working together, we can achieve anything, even sitting down. There were other opportunities to hone our teamwork skills. I learned how to collaborate with others well in several clubs. For me, those clubs were the theater and photography clubs. In the theater club, our teamwork resulted in many plays performed and many awards won by students. While in the photography club, one highlight was our club being chosen to provide coverage for the National Intercol Track and Field Championships, held at the Dwight York Stadium in February of 2020. Luckily for us, compared to year groups that followed ours, we were able to experience 2 consecutive years of school sports. Following these, the world-crippling COVID-19 pandemic came upon us and thwarted the plans for other years of sports. However, those sporting experiences helped us to boost our camaraderie and discover among our year group promising sportsmen and women such as Aman George, Jaron James, and Antonio Bacchus, who made us proud both on the track and in the field, as well as Twinkle Thomas and Delicia Nicholson, members of the school's female football team. Our teachers indeed recognized our talents and pushed us far beyond our expectations. Another part of the refining process at Signal Hill Secondary School was the ownership the staff took of us, as if we were their own children, just as a refiner would of his diamonds. They would guard us jealously, sometimes even against our biological parents and guardians. There were several times when teachers decided that I would be a part of certain school events and then inform my parents. Sometimes my father would, in response to these actions, say to my mother, with what must have been some bit of jealousy, like the forgetting whose child it is. As our second parents, they took responsibility for us well beyond curriculum delivery. They stood with us when we were good, when we weren't as good as we should have been, and they couldn't stand with us, they stood by us. When our choices and decisions brought negative consequences, they often held our hands through those less than pleasant experiences, teaching important life lessons, and beyond all that, they were always offering a second chance. We were punished for misbehavior, rewarded for good behavior, and prepared to become productive and responsible citizens of our country. Fellow graduates, it would be remiss of me not to mention our venture into pandemic teaching and learning and the lessons we learned. I know for a lot of us, keeping focus during class or simply getting logged into class were the most difficult parts of online school. To keep on top of our studies, we needed to learn self-discipline and quickly. Finding the drive to handle the task was indeed demanding, but we were able to overcome it with the help of our parents and teachers. We stood the test of such a time together with our teachers, and today we can look at how strong it has made us. Such a turbulent period during our tenure taught us that indeed life would be filled with difficulties, but we must always remember that diamonds are formed under pressure. I did mention earlier some times of fun and laughter. Permit me to mention a few. Who can forget our second form Christmas dinner at Cafe Coco? Or, many of you won't hear for this, Mrs. Baptiste Henry, our acting vice principal, falling and then sliding all the way down to the bottom of a hill on our trek through the rainforest. Or Mrs. Charles saying in her first online class with some of us, "I'll turn on all them camera there. Look how long me and Sila. I'll miss me." No, I think I should quit while I'm ahead. Making it to this point clearly was not the result of singular effort. We acknowledge the debt of eternal gratitude owed to our collective minors, to Almighty God, our parents and guardians, our mentors, our many relatives and friends, and finally, to the principal and staff here at Signal Hill Secondary School. The language department would certainly be disappointed by my saying that our combined vocabularies, both in English and Spanish, are insufficient to express our gratitude for the innumerable things you've done for us over these 5 years. Mentioning you by name is sure way to get into trouble because human frailty would forget someone. But our heartfelt and sincere thank yous are sent out. However, just so that I can live long enough to make it to graduation dinner, my personal thanks to Mrs. Baptiste Henry, Mrs. Blackman Walsh, Mrs. Ramsey, Mrs. Charles, Mr. Williams, Mr. Lawrence in absentia, and our year coordinator, Miss Carrington. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, permit me to say one more thing. Both my parents are Signal Hill alumni, and exactly 30 years ago, my father graduated from Signal Hill Secondary and presented the valedictorian address. Ever since my first day here, he kept telling me how very proud I would make him if I would do the same. Well, Daddy, Thank you for believing that I had what it took. I did as you asked, but I can't promise that your grandchild will do this 30 years from today. Fellow graduates, my congratulations on the completion of this journey. We are diamonds. Let's go forth and shine brightly. Ladies and gentlemen, we are Signal Hill. Thank you very much, and may God bless all of you.
Thank you all for being a part of this momentous occasion. My name is Kayla George of 582, and I am honored to be one of your valedictorians addressing the 2022 graduating class. Firstly, I would like to say thanks to God, the Creator, for bringing us safely this far and leading us on this journey to success. We have encountered many challenges during the past 5 years in and out of school, but together, we face them all head-on. Today, I can say that our persistence and hard work have paid off, and we are ecstatic and so grateful. Secondly, I want to say a heartfelt congratulations to my fellow graduates for staying focused in completing their secondary education. Although there were many moments of hardship, I can testify that we still had lots of fun and exciting times together at Signal Hill Secondary School. There was never moments when there wasn't the sound of students' laughter as I walk along the corridors at SHSS. However, this moment we are experiencing right now should never be taken lightly, as it took a lot of time, effort, money, determination, and diligence for us to do our core studies and to succeed. We faced our individual challenges and we overcame. Truly, that is an effort that must be applauded. At this point, let me give my heartfelt thanks to all our hardworking and dedicated parents, guardians, and teachers who have helped to mold us into the exceptional young men and women we are today. While it may sound cliche, you all have been the wind beneath our fledgling wings. I want to especially thank Mr. Garnett Lawrence, a past drama teacher at Signal Hill Secondary School. He has truly helped me to become the young woman that I am today, and I can say wholeheartedly that he is my second father. The Shape Up Drama Club has truly impacted my life for the better. Not only in my life did he make a difference in, but also in the lives of Shinika Prasad, Shakina Allen, and Rural Brown, who is one of your valedictorians today. He helped to instill a sense of pride and confidence during our time at Signal Hill Secondary School. As he always told us, my door is always open. This club has transformed me from a quiet, shy person who entered Signal Hill Secondary School in 2017 to the confident, bold person that stands before you today. Many of you have found your voice and your passion at Signal Hill Secondary School. With the helpful guidance of our teachers, guidance officers, and caring, supportive parents, we have been motivated to be productive citizens in our society. This, our school, has made us feel at home and proud to be a part of this illustrious institution. We are Signal Hill. Our theme this year graduation is We Are Diamonds, Fired Up, Shining for the Next Chapter. May I say that is a quite fitting one as we emerge from 2 years of a disastrous pandemic. On January 1st, 2020, who would have known that the world as we knew it was about to change? There we were in third form, watching our world come into a screeching stop for almost 2 years. The pandemic placed us under immense pressure and was a unique and challenging situation for all. We had to transition from face-to-face schooling to online schooling. We battled with online class, online assignments, online SBA practicals, online assemblies, until most of us even became sick and even overwhelmed of hearing the word online. We had to acquaint ourselves with a new learning platform. Thanks to our generous sponsors with electronic devices to help with the transition of face-to-face learning to online learning. Now, here we are graduating, having said goodbye to fifth form, which is looming assignment deadlines, and the mandatory attendance of classes in a COVID-19 environment. A special thanks goes out to all the teachers who made learning packages for students who didn't have any internet connection or a device to work with. One thing that can be said about the staff at Signal Hill Secondary School is that the teachers will always find a way to make sure that their students reach their full potential in life. I want to say a big thank you to our guidance officers, Ms. Marcelin Melvin, Ms. Shelley Ann Basil-Smith, and our new guidance officers, Ms. Shini Singh and Ms. Anisha Hislop-James, who hosted lunchtime check-in sessions to make sure our graduates were at their best mental state, especially during and after the pandemic. We all can agree that school can be mentally draining at times, but like all diamonds, we must go through some pressure in the forming stage before we can shine. We are indeed diamonds, and we are ready for our next chapter. I cannot forget to say thank you to our hardworking, assiduous year coordinator, Ms. Janelle Carrington. She has made our stay at Signal Hill Secondary School a memorable one by organizing many social activities, such as our first dinner in second form and many other special outings. These events that Ms. had organized helped us with our social skills, and now we are more prepared to go out into the world of work and deal with many different personalities out there. A special thanks is extended to my support team, which includes my mother, my father, my sister, who have been with me during every step of my academic journey from primary to secondary school. They have contributed to making me into the person that I am today. There were many nights when I had to stay up late and complete my assignments, SBAs, and labs. My mother would send me my bed and say, sleep is a very crucial part, and the work will always get done at another time. To the parents and guardians of the graduating class of 2022, I would like to take this moment to acknowledge your hard work and patience, because you also made it possible for your child's success. There's a saying that says, hard work always pays off. Well, today you have seen it for yourself as you watch the faces of your child or ward as they make their final walk of their secondary school journey. As I complete my speech, I am taking this opportunity to speak to the graduating class of 2022. There's a quote that says, what lies behind us and what lies before us are small matters compared to what lie within us. This simply means that your past and future challenges are not as important as your character. No matter how big or small the setbacks you may face or have faced, you can still succeed if you have inner strength. This quote stood out to me because although it seems that life may not work out the way you want it to sometimes, you should never give up on following your dreams. You should always remember that within us is much greater than any obstacle that may come up against us. My final encouragement is to stay strong and true to who you really are, and never forget to put God first in everything you do. As the scripture, Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. As I close, I want to say congratulations to the graduating class of 2022 again, and may you be highly favored and loved in everything you do. Continue to shine bright like diamonds. Thank you for your attentive ears.
Thank you, Ruel and Kayla, for those awesome messages. You're already making us very proud. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2022 is comprised of a multi-talented group of students. Students from this group are now about to entertain you, to mesmerize you with an instrumental from the late and great entertainer, Mr. Dexter Black Stewart. Ladies and gentlemen, the instrumentalist from the class of 2022 with Mashup. students were trained by our very own music teacher, Dashel Morrison. These pianists were also a part of the school's steel orchestra, which cupped the Tobago House of Assembly's Pan Champs title in 2020. We now move on to the second segment of our presentation of prizes and awards to those graduates of 5A4 and 5A5 who excelled in their chosen subject areas as well as extra and co-curricular activities. This segment will be narrated by our very own English literature and language teacher, Mr. Sean Benjamin.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to present the graduates of the class of 5A4. Leon Alvarez, Tyra Carthy, Akela Cook, the recipient of the award for Most Improved Student for Visual Arts. Brianna Cox, the recipient of the award for History. Monique Cupid, Shanice David, Janelle Francis. Kyra Faith George, the recipient of the awards for HSB and Visual Arts. Christiana Gibbs, the recipient of the award for Most Outstanding Performance in Cricket. Dacius Hazel. Empress Hazel, the recipient of the award for Most Improved Student in Theatre Arts. JL Henry. Chelsea Honori. Akira Hossain. Genevieve Kennedy, the recipient of the award for Most Improved Student in History. Doricia McCletchy. Emeka Moses, the recipient of the award for Most Outstanding Performance in Cricket. Antonio Murray. Onika Pitt, the recipient of the award for Most Improved Student in Cosmetology. Timothy Ramlagan, the recipient of 2 awards in Physics and the President of the Student Council. Andre Roach, the recipient of the award for Most Improved Student in Mechanical Engineering Technology. Sophia Roberts, the recipient of the award for Outstanding Performance in Cosmetology. Delis Romeo, the recipient of the awards for IT and Music. Alicia Samaru, the recipient of the award for Most Outstanding Performance in Principles of Accounts. Maya Sandy, the recipient of the award for Most Improved Student in English Literature. Nival Sugdio. Talia Jade Toby, the recipient of the award for Outstanding Performance in Mathematics. Tanisha Williams, the recipient of 8 awards for Outstanding Performance in English Literature, English Language, Chemistry, Physics, Mathematics, Geography, the ISCF Treasurer, the lower school representative of the Student Council. Derisha Winchester, presenting the graduates of the class of 5A5. Tarika Adams, the recipient of 2 awards for Outstanding Performance in English Language and the Most Improved Student in Cosmetology. Jamel Bartholomew. Amika Bruce. Jomani Douglas. Orlando Gregoire. Carisha Guy, the recipient of the award for Outstanding Performance in Social Studies. Jahim Guy, the recipient of 2 awards for Outstanding Performance in Mathematics and Electrical Installation. Issa John. Michaela Joseph, the recipient of the award for Most Improved Student in social studies. Kyle Jules, Omar Loney, Daniel Moore, Matthew Paul, Emmanuel Silly, Shakila Sobers, and Mackenzie Waterman, the recipients of 2 awards for Most Improved Students in Social Studies and Outstanding Performance in Cadets.
Keep calm, clear your mind, and collect yourself to move forward. These are the inspired words of our 3rd valedictorian, Ms. Tanisha Williams. Her older sisters, who are living proof that out of pressure comes precious, are her role models. Ladies and gentlemen, right there in your homes, put your hands together for Ms. Williams.
Hi, my name is Tanisha Williams of 5A4, and I am proud to be one of the valedictorians for the graduating class of 2022. 5 years ago, when we entered this institution, I'm sure we all believe that 2022 will never come so quickly. But look at us now, at the end of a 5-year period and journey. Hi, my name is Tanisha Williams of 5A4, and I am proud to be one of the valedictorians for the graduating class of 2022. Graduates, after 5 years at this noteworthy institution, Signal Hill Secondary, we are officially here graduating. Who would have thought it, after the last 2 years especially? Over the past 5 years that we have spent together, we faced many challenges as a year group. But even in the face of all the adversities, we found ways to cope and support each other. Many of us have developed close bonds with our teachers and friends, and this was and still is a true representation of the love and strength that is part of the fabric at Signal Hill Secondary. Overcoming the many setbacks that this pandemic flung our way is precisely why we can be called diamonds. For after going through the pressures of life and our baptisms of fire, here we are. We are shining bright and we are strong. Every one of us shines beautifully in our own way. We continued to persevere despite the odds in our own lives and each other's lives as well. Hence, the theme chosen for our graduation this year is We Are Diamonds, Fired Up, Shining Bright for the Next Chapter. Cannot be a more appropriate one. For the next few minutes, I'd like you to take this time to reflect on the fun times we shared together as a year group. Join me as we applaud all those dedicated, selfless individuals in and outside the classroom who have contributed throughout every stage of our lives. Let us give a round of applause for those dedicated persons. Let's travel down memory lane for a few minutes as I highlight some of the fun times we shared together. Do you remember your first form experiences? Coming into a new school environment, hardly knowing anyone, shy at first, but as the time passed, establishing true and tried friendships. Who can forget in second form when we had our first dinner, which was really enjoyable and entertaining? I even remember the best dress contest, which was won by Cyan Cunningham of 5A2. Our trip to the home for the elderly in Form 3 was a significant event in our lives. At that time, we gifted them with items for Christmas, and it became an unforgettable moment for many of us because we were giving back and having fun at the same time. Bonds were formed that day, and lifelong lessons were imparted as well. However, during our last term in Form 3, a lot of things had changed for all of us due to the global pandemic. Our world was turned upside down. It took a toll on everyone. We now had to adapt to new changes, such as converting to online school and staying at home for prolonged periods of time. This therefore resulted in us having to spend our entire 4th form year and part of our 5th form year at home. I'm sure we all can agree that within those times, we all reminisced on being at school, hoping that we could have gone back very soon. Though many of us enjoyed the break from physical classes, we missed our friends and even our teachers. We tried our hardest to maintain these connections by offering support and encouragement to each other as we eagerly awaited the reopening of school. Just having this graduation and standing here before you is an accomplishment, as many of us never thought that it would have been possible, knowing that the pandemic stole the graduation celebrations of 2020 and 2021. We couldn't have done this without the persons who got us this far, and we really need to applaud and thank them for it, for their dedicated service towards us. I will start by saying thank you to all our teachers, who I am sure you will agree are more than teachers in our eyes. A special thanks goes out to our various form teachers, past and present. Mrs. Ramsey, Sir Charles, and Mrs. Blackman Walsh of 5A1. Mrs. Blackman Tom and Mrs. Cunningham Craig of 5A2. Mrs. Oria Currie, Mrs. Harak Singh, and Miss Grant of 5A3. Mrs. Thomas, Mrs. Abraham, Mrs. Ayana Charles Ford, Sir Williams, Miss Barton, and our Vice Principal, Mrs. Renly Baptiste Henry. The best class, of course, and Sir Oliver and Miss Carrington of 5A5. I would like to thank our parents and guardians, because without their support, motivation, and guidance that they have given to us, we probably wouldn't have been here today. Last but by no means least, the greatest thanks of all goes out to the Almighty God, for He has guided us and brought us at the end of this tunnel. As we are about to leave this great institution and enter a new chapter of our lives, let us not forget the memories and the journey we shared together. I would like to share quotes from Christopher Marcus that says, "Hardship often prepares an ordinary person for an extraordinary destiny which we can fulfill in due time." So let us continue to shine like the diamonds we are, because we possess the key and attributes for unlocking our truest potentials. Graduating class of 2022, I thank you.
Thank you, Tanisha, for that powerful address. Now, as you can probably tell, this group of diamonds is very close-knit. To give you a taste of what they have lived and experienced and how they have grown together over the past 5 years, here you have a video montage, a tribute to the graduating class of 2022. No doubt, that was indeed a pleasure taking this 5-year journey with those diamonds. We will now present special and additional awards to those students who have performed outstandingly. This segment will be narrated by Mrs. Patrice Caruth-Jack.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to showcase the recipients of additional awards for 2022. The most outstanding all-round students are Tanisha Williams of 5A4 and Ruel Brown of 5A1. The students who have shown the greatest improvement academically are Kishona Aline of 5A1 and Obari Elliott of 5A3. Shanika Pusad of 5A2 and Jaron John of 5A1 are the recipients of the award for deportment. The most outstanding student in the area of business is none other than Beyonce Phillips of 5A3. Signal Hill Secondary School's most outstanding modern studies student for 2022 is Tanisha Williams of 5A4. The graduate who is most outstanding in the area of science is Kayla George of 5A2. Our most outstanding mathematics and computer science student is Beyonce Phillips of 5A3. Miss Tanisha Williams of 5A4 is the most outstanding language student. The awards for excellence in the area of technology education have been bestowed on 4 students. They are Ruel Brown of 5A1, Kayla Thompson 5A1, Obari Elliott of 5A3, and Emmanuel Seeley of 5A5. The Shamfa Kajo Concrete Rose Award was created in 2011 to honor students who performed outstandingly despite difficult circumstances. The recipients of the Concrete Rose Award for 2022 are Miss Kishona Allen of 5A1 and Miss Kayla Thompson of 5A3. The Chief Secretary's Award is given to the student who has shown discipline, diligence, consistency, and academic excellence. The recipient of the Chief Secretary's Award for 2022 is Tanisha Williams of 5A4. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the additional and special awards segment of this morning's proceedings. Congratulations to all awardees. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you.
The old proverb of standing on the shoulders of those who have gone before has never rung more true than with the Signal Hill Secondary alumni. It's always comforting, reassuring even, to know that the path you are currently on can lead to great success. To deliver our past students' address, we invite Dr. Crystal Benjamin of the class of 2003.
Class of 2022, congratulations. And to every person who supported you on your journey, your family members, your loved ones, teachers, mentors, congratulations to them as well. You see, high school is a difficult period of our lives. I mean, I remember when I was in high school and I would complain from time to time about this person not liking me or that person not liking me, or 5 years is a long time. And you had your own high school journey coupled with a global pandemic. And during this pandemic, your loved ones may have lost their jobs and your family members may have lost their lives. So when I think about you and the persons who supported you, the first word that comes to mind is resilience. You see, resilience is the capacity to recover during difficult times, and you did just that. I encourage you to hold resilience close to your chest as you journey through life, because life is tough. You have good times, you have bad times. You have opportunities and you'll also have challenges. Now, think about you going out there in the job market, applying to 20, 30, 40 jobs and receiving a call back for none of those jobs. I want you to grab that resilience, hold it tight, and use that to bounce back from that experience. Reach out to someone to help you with your CV. Get that CV improved by volunteering or doing some additional work so that you can improve your standing. Never give up. Even if you go on to do further studies, you may fail a course. And I want you to remember resilience. Remember that you can do well. Don't give up. Go back, regroup, study again, get a tutor. Do whatever it takes to make it work. This applies also to relationships. You may lose some friendships along the way. You may even lose some loved ones along the way. Yes, you may have difficult feelings, and those things are okay. The disappointment, the sadness, everything. But through it all, grab that resilience and regroup. Find a way to love again. Now, I'm a trained marriage and family therapist, so it will be remiss of me to talk about resilience and not talk about mental health, because there's no resilience without difficulty. And so someone out there might be sitting and you might be smiling. People may see you smiling and happy and think you're the life of the party, but you're going through your own stuff right now. And I want you to know that there's someone out there who is out there for you, someone you could reach out to. So reach out to a trusted parent, or reach out to a trusted teacher, reach out to a professional. Ask for help. You are not alone. I could tell you I am a therapist and I have my own therapist. And it's one of the best decisions that I can make to help me as I navigate through difficult times. So as I wrap up my spiel and my talk with you, I want to remind you that you can use that resilience that you've built up, that muscle that you've had to develop while you're going through those difficult times, and take it with you as you journey through life. Never give up. And in terms of mental health, I also want to encourage you to reach out to a trusted adult to get the help that you may need. So class of 2022, congratulations. And welcome to the Signal Hills Secondary School alumni. I look forward to seeing you around and us having fun in our events, and as we contribute to the school or give back to the school when we're doing better. So welcome and take care.
Thank you, Dr. Benjamin. Now, as you can see, our Signal Hill Diamonds have been shining for a long time now. And right here with me, we have seated someone who has been key in helping those diamonds emerge. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together right there in your homes for an energetic, vivacious woman who has the ability to correct you and still make you smile. Our acting vice principal, Mrs. Wendy Batiste Henry. Miss Wendy, it's good to have you with us.
It's a pleasure to be here, Mrs. Grant.
Good, good, good. Now, our graduation theme this year, we are diamonds. How does that resonate with you? Do you think we really are diamonds?
Of course we are.
That's right.
And we are diamond makers at Signal Hill. We polish, we cut, we shape, so that when the light of the brilliance that they've been working towards at the end of 5 years hits them, prismatic effect. Everyone can see it.
Glittering throughout the globe.
Throughout. Our diamonds don't end up in Cartiers and Woolworths, they end up in MIT, UE, studying astrophysics, biology, doctorates in everything. Our diamonds are universal.
That's right. Now, there's a reason why we are the beacon on the hill, you know.
Of course.
That's right. Now, listen, I think you had a special connection with these diamonds this year. You had a stint with one of the form classes, correct?
5A4 babies, hi, mommy's here.
Your 5A4 babies. Now, you have been teaching for over 30 years, but for the past, for the past 3 years, you've been administration. How was it being back there?
It was a challenge. My last stint as form mistress would have been to my 6th form children. Oh, it was a different experience. My sixth formers, they had developed a level of maturity. The questions they asked, their focus would have been different. But boy, I had trial by fire with 5A4, and I'm telling you, they polished me as much, I think, as I polished them. But at the end, oh, it was so worth it. I had so much fun in the 4 terms that I was there for Mistress. I think I'm ready to do that again, you know, not with first formers, if you know. I think I can take a 4th form. I can do that.
And I know because this body, this year group was so close-knit, being a form teacher for 5A4 meant you were basically a form teacher for the 5th form, for the entire year group. What do you want to say to these babies, your diamond babies, as they go off to shine in their new chapter?
You're ready for this. You are so ready for this. I have been on every field trip that they had. I went paranging with them. I did everything. And you know what? I think that because of who they were, because they came in with these gifts, these innate abilities, and I think under the tutelage and the molding of Miss Carrington and her form class teachers, I know that we had some who changed, some who left, but they all stuck close to these children. I think because of the experiences that they had, that this is truly an exemplary group of students. They may have had their challenges and they would have been home for quite a while with COVID, but I still think that they were able to gel, to mesh, to be that cohesive group that we love at Signal Hill. And I know that no matter what comes their way, because of who they are and because of the training that we have given to them, that they are ready. I love to tell them, you got this.
That's right.
You got this. And no matter what comes, my diamonds are ready. They are ready for university. They're ready for that first degree, that master's, that PhD.
Yes.
No, they are ready. They can do anything. And once they tell themselves that, they're ready.
They are ready. They are diamonds. They are fired up, and they are ready to shine in their new chapter.
Of course they are.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together right there in your homes as we introduce our acting vice principal, all this energy to do our vote of thanks.
Today's flawless production is the result of months of consultation, planning, and budgeting. These efforts demand not only to be listed and acknowledged, but to be lauded loudly. It is my profound pleasure to do so now. On behalf of the Principal Acting Mr. Xavier King, the administration and staff of Signal Hill Secondary School, I extend a most hearty thank you to all speakers for taking time from their respective schedules and diverse obligations to grace this august occasion with your presence and to share generous words. I commence by extending words of gratitude to our featured speaker, Mr. Akhenaton Simmons. A renowned journalist, Mr. Simmons was able to motivate and instruct our graduates. I know his words resonated with them and enhanced their appreciation for the end of this stage of their academic careers and preparing them for all future opportunities. I thank you, sir. Heartfelt thanks to Mr. Braden Roberts of the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association for sharing his organization's wishes for successful graduation 2022. The union's efforts to educate, empower, and protect teachers rebounds to students. Thank you, Mr. Roberts, for being an inspiration to us all. I must mention our deep sense of gratitude to our generous sponsors whose gifts and prizes have greatly contributed to this memorable occasion. Mr. Kenneth Pohl of Paradise Stores is foremost among our sponsors. Sir, I pray that your generosity be returned to you 70 times 7 and create blessings for your children and your children's children. The list, as you would naturally assume, is a long and extensive one. And so therefore, instead of itemizing, I say thank you, thank you, thank you. Multiple thank yous are extended to Ms. Shampa Kodjo, esteemed past student and Member of Parliament for Tobago West. Our students are truly grateful for your annual sponsorship of the Concrete Rose Award. May your largesse continue so that I may express my gratitude far into the future. I also take this opportunity to express gratitude to all parents and guardians. Thank you for partnering with Signal Hill Secondary School. Thank you for ensuring that together, as a team, we successfully navigated the challenges of CSEC despite the challenges of COVID-19. I thank you for the past 5 years and entrusting your babies in our loving care. Ladies and gentlemen, an event of this magnitude, this grandeur, is a result of much planning. It demanded tremendous organizational and coordinating skill, a passion for excellence and unselfish love of one's students. At Signal Hill, we are blessed to have a team of motivated teachers who possess these skills and attributes. They are our decorators and designers, our masters of ceremonies and our master chefs, our budget analysts and event coordinators, our videographers and media specialists. I express the gratitude of students for their form masters and mistresses, past and present. For 5A1, Miss Faithlyn Spencer Ramsey, Mr. Kester Charles, Mrs. Tiandine Blackman Walsh. For 5A2, Mrs. Trizan Blackman Thumb and Mrs. Cindy Cunningham Craig. For 5A3, Mrs. Maureen Oyakiri, Miss Fiona Grant, and Miss Shalise Tarak Singh. For 5A4, Mrs. Stacey Abraham, Mrs. Julie Thomas, Mr. Nigel Williams, Mrs. Wendy Batiste Henry, and Mrs. Ayana Charles Ford. And for 5A5, Mr. Devon Olivier, and the year group coordinator, Ms. Janelle Carrington. Valued assistance was also provided by our able team of Mr. Sean Benjamin, Mrs. Charlene Joseph Holmes, Mr. Devon Grant, Ms. Patrice Caruth-Jack, Ms. Carrie Manswell, and Ms. Patrice Trotman-Steele, all exemplary teachers. I also say my most poignant thank you for the graduating students. For the class of 2022, I express my gratitude for your determination and drive, for your pursuit of excellence, for your participation in core and extracurricular activities. I distinctly recall your display of social consciousness and your harmonious renditions of parang songs at the visit for the home of the elderly at Signal Hill, and the fun trip to the waterfall as we enjoyed the beauty of the oldest nature preserve in the Caribbean. We learned the importance of conservation and our responsibility for future generations. Thank you, students, for sharing your light with us. You will remain a part of the Signal Hill family always. I conclude by sending an overarching thank you to all our stakeholders and well-wishers. Thank you for celebrating our diamonds. They are indeed fired up, shining brightly, and ready for the next chapter of their lives. They are ready to soar, but remain fully embedded and empowered by their 5 years at Signal Hill Secondary School. Thank you.
Specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, graduates of the class of 2022, we have come to the end of another exciting and diamond-studded graduation ceremony at the Signal Hill Secondary School. You shared the love, you shared the life, you shared your homes with us, and for that we thank you. Thank you for being a part of another auspicious graduation. Remember, you are diamonds. You are fired up, you are shining, you are ready for this new chapter. Join us again next year as part of the alumni and be part of our glorious graduation ceremony. So wherever you are in the world, we say from the Signal Hill Secondary family, bye!